Hey guys, today in this video we're going to talk about variables. Now, variables are a fundamental building block of all programming languages, and variables are easy to declare. Variables, as name tells, that it holds it is a placeholder for something unknown or something changing because it keeps on varying. Name can remain same, but the value stored in a variable can change. It can be different depending upon different circumstances. In our daily life, we normally use variables, like without thinking twice, like asking someone's name or asking for a total to pay or checking your money in your wallet. We are regularly using variables in our daily life. They're easy to understand, they're easy to declare, they're easy to work with. Now, we're going to talk more about variables down the road, but I need you to open your Visual Studio and start a brand new project console application. I hope you have opened the Visual Studio. Now, rename your project as variables. Now, variables are in C Sharp. There is no convention to declare a variable, but there are general rule of thumb to declare variables in all programming languages. Like naming a variable is a very important thing. Choosing good names for variables is a good programming practice. Like it tells what actually the variable is about. Now, um, there are some suggestions, some good programming practices that you should adopt to declare variables when you are working with your code to have more um, neat and tidy code, to have more understandable code because you have understandable variables. Now, don't use really short names because short names are not for real variables. Short name like a single character or a couple of character, meaningless character, are not for meaningful variable. You can use a character, you can use a single character for a loop, like we have a convention to use I as a counter in a loop, for loop. Don't use I or C or A or B alone to declare a variable, like to store a name or age. Don't use that because it doesn't seems good. It seems meaningless. Now, don't use cryptic abbreviations, like if you're storing someone's salary. For example, if you're storing the salary of employee, don't use variable SOE, salary of employee. Don't use that because whenever you try to understand your code after a couple of um, years or months after some time, then you won't be able to understand what the variable is about. So always use meaningful words to declare a variable. Now there are some convention to declare a variable, like use camel case or use underscore for multiple words. Now I'm going to show you something, how to declare a variable and how to have a good variable name in C Sharp. Now I'm going to declare simple variables, like if I'm working with a database of bank, then I can use a variable string name. If I use camel case, then first capital letter and then name of employee. That's meaningful word, name of employee. Now there are more than 20 data types in C Sharp. What are the data types? Like the one I have used, string, is one of the data type. Another is integer. Integer can be age. Now I'm use underscore convention, age of employee, something like 20. So always try to use meaningful words to declare a variable. Now there are two types of variables, local and global. Local variables are can be accessed locally inside a method, not outside method. You can't access variable of one method in another method because that variable was declared globally. Now, global variables, as name tells, that are declared globally and can be accessed globally. You can access one global variable in multiple methods. But in C Sharp, we really don't have a global variable. We have something like a static variable. We declare a static variable and we can use that variable in multiple methods. For example, first of all, let me declare a local variable. If I have a method known as public string, or let's do this void a, and I have variable like a, don't use meaningless word. For example, let's suppose we have age 30. See, now let's have another method to check a local variable. Let me see if I can access age. No, I can't access age because age was a local variable of method A. I can't access age in B. I must declare a local variable of B. Now I'm declaring a global or static variable. But if I have public static, we're going to talk about public, private, and protected down the road in the next videos, couple of videos. We're going to talk about the coding convention in C Sharp. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about static. Don't worry about void, string, or int. We're going to talk about that in later videos. Public static, if I have something like name, let's have name like learned channel. Now let's have some methods like public string. See, sorry, I have wrong spelling. And let's have another method, public string d. Let's see how I can use a static variable. Let's use that. Yes, I can use that. Let me return name, which was declared here. I'm using a static variable. I'm calling it and it is working. Now I can do the same here, or I can declare another variable locally, and I can do this. I can do this because now this name is a local variable. The value which is returning from, sorry, there should be a C. Now value which is returning from C is a value of a global variable like learn it, and that learn it is storing in a local variable name, and I'm returning a local variable. Now this is how we declare local and global variables in C Sharp. And in the next couple of videos, we're going to talk about the coding convention and the data types, or the other things like public, private, protected in C Sharp, and the new features in C Sharp 6.0, because that's very important to understand, because we are right now Visual Studio 2015 is out, and it is important to understand the new features to have more neat code, to have more functionality in the code. So keep tuned and like our channel. Thank you.